So first of all, good morning everyone, and welcome to the today's session, which I am going to take, which is an AI powered cyber security. As of now, I have been with you for the last 2 days. Okay, and this is the third day I am with you, and I'm taking session on the cyber security. Today's is more focus on how AI could be an advantage and disadvantage in the area of cybersecurity. So in this session, I'm going to cover you about the topic of AI, the topic of cybersecurity in AI. Along with that, I'm going to show you one of a product of IDS, which we use for our knowledge sharing session, awareness session, where you will be able to easily show a 3D model, and that could be used into your respective colleges to the various kind of department where you it will make your work easier. Okay, so without wasting on the much time, let's start our sessions for the today. Okay, my screen visible, Sweta?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay.
Good to
So
know.
this will be an 1 hour 30 minutes of session, which will cover the AI powered cybersecurity, and we are going to discuss that there are two aspects of AI. One is that how AI will be useful. The other will be how AI can be used in a different way to do the cyber attack. Okay. So first today's first topic or slide which I can talk about is one of a news which I have just read in a newspaper 10 minutes before, and I would like to highlight about some of the cyber attack which has happened. So see, this is the today's news, okay, and you can see that Kundalkulam nuclear plant data breach, and so NPCIL has confirmed that there is a cyber attack which happened on nuclear plant system, and the ransom group known as the World Leak has claimed to leak 8.6 lakhs files related to the nuclear power plant. Okay. And it occurred at the Yota data bridge, which is a third party data center provider. Okay. It's not directly into the nuclear plant, but then also it has happened to the third party cloud. You know about Yota. Yota is a cloud provider. Okay. And this particular data breach, Reliance Infrastructure was involved in building the infrastructure for the units for this particular nuclear plant. And when this attack happened, Yota has immediately identified and terminated the suspicious process immediately containing the incident. So as of now, it has been reported that there is no ransom was executed, no data was encrypted, no lateral movement within system was detected, and service are restored and after containment. In our last 2 days session, we are talking about that the attacker can encrypt your file and or either give some suspicious virus to the system, and it can behave abruptly. So and they can ask for some ransom. Okay, so this is a real time example that which comes today in the news, and which says that how the data will be encrypted, ransom was executed, and they have confirmed, the Yota data center has confirmed. So based on this, based on the attack which has been done to the NPCIL premises and to the data center of Yota, it gives them a learning that how can they can make their premises more strong. Okay, so they are not now going to monitor, and the preventive control is to be taken following this incident. And soon I have also talked about certain, right, which is a Indian computer emergency response team, and they have reported the incident to this particular group and disclose the what type of incident it is, so that they can write it into your knowledge base. Okay, NPCL clarified that the leaked file means it's very important that to clarify that whether the leaked file is related to the nuclear plant or not. But that's unfortunate enough and lucky enough that it is not related to the confidential file, and it is just the files which are related to the user. So you can see that we are covering the cybersecurity for last for this week, and today only in this secure area, which is a nuclear power plant, and you know that how much security process they follow, all the security process which we are discussing for last 1 week, more than that they have implemented in their premises, but then also this kind of things are happening. And it's very important to understand that how these kind of things are happening, although they have that much of security features or firewall within their system. So basically what happened, this attacker keep on trying to the firewall. Okay, they do some permutation combination, and they are keep on trying to breach the firewall, and based on the permutation combination, sometimes they succeed to achieve and breach the firewall. Okay, and this is something which World League, which is a group of ransom group, has able to do that one. So this is the news which I want to highlight today, because you will able to correlate that how this type of breach happens, and that has happened to one of a very secure area, that is the nuclear plant system. Okay, so let's begin with our first topic for today, is that AI powered cybersecurity. So it's very important that before we can proceed with the cyber security, how AI will be useful or non-useful for the cyber security. It's good to understand that what is an AI all about, why AI comes into picture. Okay, so I've tried to explain in these two images. Okay, where when there was not an AI platform technology is there, and when there is an AI technology. So this particular kid is Ria. Okay, and in this image, I'm trying to say that she loves apple, and but does not know the quality of the apple. Okay, so she has to ask her friend. She has to research on the book. She has to look into the internet in order to figure out that which apple will be good, what will be the color of that apple, which quality is good, and she has to compare each and every parameters in order to identify a good apple, and which consume a lot of time. Okay, it's become a lot of hit and trial for that particular for Ria to find out that which apple is good, and slowly she learns, and based on the hit and trial, she comes to know, okay, if this kind of color will be, the apple will be good. Now Ria figure out that, okay, this is the good apple, but in this entire process, what was the disadvantage? What are the most of the disadvantage happened for Ria is that it's a time consuming process. She has to compare with lot of apples. Okay, many mistakes she has done, and based on the mistakes she has learned, she has taken help from other friends, internet, WhatsApp group, and there is the and she is unable to identify what will be what is the always right process. Okay, so without AI, she has to research a lot, invest a lot of time, makes mistake, and depend upon other. Okay, so this is what happened, that on our regular basis, that if AI technology was not there, then we either talk to our friends through the telephone call, or do kind of research into the internet. We take recommendation from our friends, and then based on that we get trapped into kind of spam. Okay, so so this is how the process works on without AI, where the information is collected, then the information is think and compared with the existing information, then the decide process is done, and then based on the mistake, the learning happen, and finally we come to a process. So it's a very time consuming, and AI technology has identified that whatever a user is doing, that user is doing based on the data which is there. I request you to please go on mute if you are not talking.
ನಿಮಿಷ ಹೋಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಒಬ್ನೇ ತಾನೇ ಇರೋದು. ಟೀ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದಾರೆ, ಟೀ ಕುಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ.
Please
Hello.
unmute your mic.
Yeah, please unmute your mic. I request. Okay. So I think she might be busy. Okay. That's not a problem. I will continue with my session. Okay. So a few researcher or technology driven company has identified that the human are doing that human are doing lot of research, manual research are going on, and they have to look into the more data, and based on that, it's a time consuming process. So they thought of why not to create a kind of technology or a research or a search engine which will effectively search all the various kind of sources and unstructured data and give the information in a structured way. From there, the AI comes into picture. So AI means that a machine will think on behalf of you. It will learn like human, and it will solve your problem. Okay. Now again, when RIA will get this AI help, then how it will work on. So RIA will just ask the AI chatbot that I want to choose the best apple, which apple is good. Then the AI agent will search lot of example and color, size, shape, texture, all the parameters. AI will look into the open source platform, and from there, within no time, it will inform RIA that okay, this kind of apple, this kind of parameter you have to check in order to get a great apple. So RIA is happy. AI made the decision by learning, not by being told every time. And it might be possible that sometimes the AI will not have those information. So AI will keep on learning. I was with IBM in the year of 2016-17 when Blue Prisms come into picture, and IBM was working on the AI to implement the AI. And at that time, I was into the mainframe technology, and as a delivery head over here, the client and the IBM stakeholder has asked us that all the resources who are there in my team has to insert various kind of mainframe information into a portal. Okay, that's a tool at that time. At that time, it was not presented as a AI tool. It was presented as a Blue Prism, where we have been asked, the mainframe team has been asked to input lot of information to that tool. And at that time, we are not aware that why all the resources are putting that much of information into a tool. But now we come to know that the vision of a IBM was to create an AI tool so that they can go to the market. Okay, the more information the AI tool have, the more information they will able to get. Now what ChatGPT and other AI tool has done, that they have access to the global web portal and information, and they are able to drive the information from there itself. Okay, so what is an AI? AI is a smart system that learn from data, understand pattern. It understand what type of pattern you are giving and make decision and solve the problem. Okay, it means that from the above example, we can see that it learned from that what the Ria is asking for. She is asking for a good apple. And also she learned that in order to get a good apple, what will be the pattern? Okay, what will be the criteria for a good apple or a best apple? Okay, so based on that criteria, AI made the decision and solved the problem of Ria. Okay, so in our daily life, we have our Alexa, okay, which understand your voice. We have our we can give AI the photo, and it will create an passport size photo for us. Recommendation can be get from the YouTube, and this is how AI goes in our day to day basis. But how AI work? Okay, how does AI work? This is in a small example. I'm going to explain you in a detail in our later slides. So AI collects the data. Okay, it's learned from the pattern. Based on that pattern, it makes the decision, and yeah, and gives the information, and also simultaneously it improve himself. Okay, improve the technology. Okay. Now let's look into in a deeper way in an architecture diagram that how AI works. So in my right hand side, it's a storytelling which I'm trying to explain the different layer of architecture of AI, whereas in the left hand side it's the bullet point from where we will able to identify that how AI works. So first of all is the presentation layer. So presentation layer is always will be the interface, whether it is mobile interface, web interface, voice input, or chatbot. Okay, so there is a user who wants to know that who wants certain kind of information from the system or the from the internet. Okay, and it's given a command from an UI interface, that is from the presentation layer. Then it goes to the API gateway validation. Okay, so from so the interface from where the user has given the prompt, it will go through the API gateway, and it will just check the validation of those particular request. Authentication will be done, and it will be routed to the various sources. Okay, now the NLU, the understand intent, is going to work on this, and AI understand that what the user is asking for. Okay, it will detect the language. We know that we can give the prompt in 22 languages. Okay, and all those 22 language the AI will understand, and it's the system works on 0 and 1. Okay, so it will understand the language, it will understand the pattern, it will create a kind of structured parameters, and then it will give it to the fourth phase, that is the retrieval layer, where it will be, first of all, it will be finding the information from the sources, whether it is the vector database, it is within the knowledge base, structured DB, external sources. So it will search for that information, and then once the information is been gathered, then AI will process that layer, because it might be possible there's whatever the data the AI has received, it should be in unstructured manner. Okay, it should not be in a proper readable form. So AI will process that data and make it as a context understanding. It will combine the user query and retrieve the data and use some AI model, LLM model, to generate that one, and the answer will be generated. Then the sixth layer will be the response optimization layer. Okay, where it will fast checking and validation, all this will be done. And then the delivery layer. So delivery layer, where it will pass on the information through either WhatsApp, it will pass on through the information in the web portal, the way we do into the chat GPT, or whether it is from the mobile. Okay, and then if in the same way, it will capture the data and learn. The AI will learn that if sometimes this kind of information will come, then AI will able to respond is much quicker way than this time, when it is the first time for the AI to respond. Okay, so the process flow works on as a user search. Okay, so user given a prompt, then the request is received. AI understands that request, information is found within the source, then AI think on those information and generate a structured information, then the answer is optimized. For example, if AI has received an information of around 100 lines, and so AI need to think that whether all those 100 lines are important to present or not to the user. Okay, so for that AI will think and regenerate that one. Then answer will be optimized and answer will be delivered, and AI learn and improve themselves. So it works on, as I said, that how AI works: collect the data, gather information from email, device, application, and network traffic, learn normal behavior, uses machine learning to understand what normal activity look like. It monitor continuously, watch the system 24 into 7 to see any kind of informations are coming or not. um, the way we train the AI, it can identify the unusual behavior, suspicious file, or abnormal network traffic. It analyze the thread that based on the unusual traffic, it matches that whether this kind of behavior has happened earlier or not, and based on that, it analyze that what kind of threat it is, what will be the risk of this threat, and if it is within its knowledge, then it is going to rectify that and resolve those particular threat. It makes an intelligence decision based on the data which AI has, and then it's keep on learning. So this is how AI works from search to a smart result, and it gives a result to you. So it's very important that before I can proceed further, every one of us should understand that how AI work, and what is an AI is all about. I know that you all are aware of AI, you are using AI on a regular basis, but it's very important to understand from the architecture point of view. So why traditional cybersecurity is no longer enough? Means currently also the cybersecurity is in place. Everyone is protecting the system from cyber attack. But why currently the traditional way of doing is not enough, and AI is coming into picture? to protect, to enhance the cyber security and protect the cyber attack. So what happened in a traditional cyber security is that the threat enter from anywhere. Okay, from the outside world, the threat come into your application platform or your system, and the firewall block based on the rules. Okay, you have set some defined rules, and based on that, the firewall is going to block that one. But if the rule is not there, if the rule is not there, if it is a new kind of attack, then the firewall will not able to protect that. Then after the firewall, it goes through the antivirus, and antivirus detect that if there is any kind of malware signature which is already been there within that antivirus or not. So that's why we get that we have to update various kind of antivirus software on a regular basis. And then based on that antivirus, the human analyst, the cyber security team analyze the behavior, investigate the alert, and then they block that particular thread to insert into the system. So, but this takes time. This takes hours or day to respond. Okay, so what is the limitation of the traditional cybersecurity approach is that it's a signature-based detection, means there are predefined rules, there are predefined parameters are there which are inbuilt on the firewall and antivirus, and based on that, it's check the attack, and if the attack is been mentioned there, then it respond. Otherwise, it find out as a new attack, and it not able to capture those attacks. Then the limitation is the reactive approach, means after the damage has been done. So, for example, if the attack is not listed into the antivirus or not there into the firewall, then it get inside into the system, and once that attack is been done, then only the learning happen and new measures are being taken from. The same example which I have shown for NCIL in my previous slide, this one. So in this, NPCIL has got this attack from the water leak, and now they will research on this, and then they will take corrective action in order to protect such kind of attacks. So, but the problem is that why it is so difficult to analyze those data, because it is being done by the human. So human has to go through a lot of files, unstructured, structured data, and they have to go through all those detailed volume of data, and then only they will be able to present that one. That's why it takes a lot of time for the human to come up with a conclusion whether to protect those how to take relevant action on those particular cyber attack. Okay, and because it could not be done by a particular human, so there are a group of resources or a team of resources who are continuously working on this cyber security way, and the number is not less. It could be more than 100 resources based on what type of data center an organization has. Okay, if it's a big data center, then it goes from 1002. So those kind of resources are always keep on watching, and then also there's this kind of attacks happen because it's human, and there could be a certain kind of breaches from that human side if it is not listed. Why it's no longer enough? Just give me a second. I'm just getting a ping. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay. Fine. So why it's no longer enough is that we come up with a AI powered attack. Okay, attacker uses AI to create high convincing phishing email deepfake. As I said that there are two type of way AI can be used. It could either be used to protect from the cyber attack, or it can be used to do the cyber attack. Okay. So the solution for the AI-powered cybersecurity is that traditional detect means in the traditional it detect only the known thread using the signature. Reactive approach respond after an attack occur. rely heavily on a manual investigation by the security team. The security team get in touch with each and every resources within the organization and try to check their IP address and everything that where from the attack took place, and it takes time. Cannot keep up million of daily security event. There are lot of security attack on a daily basis, and it's very difficult to create a daily basis transaction. Remember that one. So it's generate a lot of alert, and it's cause alert fatigue. It means that lot of alert are coming and sometime it could be bypass. Okay, so slow response time allows attacker to spread inside the network. Okay, and why cyber threat are increasing? Attacker are now uses AI to create smart features, email and malware. So as I said that cloud, IoT and remote work have expanded the attack surface. Modern cyber attack happen in seconds, not hour. Means the attacks are happening in a cyber because they knows the pattern. Okay, and this is how why this traditional cyber security is not a longer enough that to approach that one. So what is the solution for this? The solution for this is, can we use AI for in order to stop this cyber attack? Okay, so these are few of the use cases which I have mentioned in this slide, and I will go one by one to all of this use case. So one is the phishing detection. It means that it analyze the email content as I discussed earlier, that AI will analyze the email content. It will analyze the who is the sender. Okay, it will analyze the URL, and it will analyze the attachment within the machine learning and LLP. And if any kind of suspicious happen, then it will just prevent the theft to be done or stop the phishing attack. Okay, so real world example could be a detect a fake university email asking student to reset their password. For example, if AI, you have built some tools on AI and that is working on to detect the phishing email, then AI will look into all the emails which is being coming from the sources, and that will analyze that whether there is any kind of suspicious details are there or not. If it is a suspicious detail, then it will stop to enter to the portal, and it will route to the cyber security team, and the cyber security team can take an action, or the AI can take an action to move it to a spam. Okay. The other one is the malware detection. It can detect the identified malicious file. Okay, we know that malicious file are being added into the mail, and once we open that one, then it can encrypt the data within the system. So with this, with the help of AI can identify this malicious file based on the behavior instead of relying on a signature pattern. Okay, so it can detect a new ransomware variant before execution and stop on a 0 day and make it in a malware. So ransom protection monitor abnormal file encryption, process activity, and system behavior. It means that AI will able to identify that if any kind of file encryption is going on at an abnormal time, and whether it is being done by any source which is not been verified. So AI can stop mass encryption of files on a server. Okay, it can just cancel that particular request so that it will not able to encrypt the file. It will prevent data loss, and it will give a business disruption. Okay. Anomaly detection is something it will learn from the normal user day-to-day user device network behavior, that whenever a students log into an university, what are the things the student are doing, and in case anything malicious happen, then it will detect that one. Okay, for example, student is trying to log into the college premises 3 a.m. in the morning from another country, then it will detect that one, and it will notify or stop that particular user to breach the firewall. Inside threat detection is something that which is within the university. Okay, so it will track the user behavior and assign risk score based on deviation. Okay, so the more quicker information the cyber security will get, they will take more quicker action. So if in a traditional method, if we share a lot of 1000 data file, and it become very difficult for the cyber security team to analyze this 1000's data and come to a conclusion, because it will take hours or day. Okay, but with the help of AI, they can this record can be analyzed within a second, and it can be presented into a dashboard for the cybersecurity team and the leadership. So it prevent the data leakage and intellectual property theft. Okay. So this is how it works on fraud detection. AI model just look into the transactions and detect any kind of suspicious financial activities. Okay, it can see that if Amit is the user, and if some transaction is going on some other place, it can detect that one, and detect those transaction and report it. Okay, so for example, if some credit card transaction is going on with some breaches, then AI model can detect that one. Threat intelligence and threat hunting is the global threat intelligence with internal security team. It means that it detect the IP address, what type of communication which is going on, and at the network level. Okay, AI can work at the network level and see that if there any kind of malicious IP address which is trying to breach the particular network and getting entered into the platform or the server. Okay, so SOC automation is that this is very important, is that it automatically prioritize the alert investigation incident and initiate response action. So AI can help on that. So identity and security, as access security is something that it will continuously verify that who is logging on and logging out, whether it is within the premises. Okay. Yesterday, I've given an example of an biometric product which will help you your face to into a biometric, and then with the help of that, you will be able to secure your premises, and that is a product of IDS. Okay, so you can use that product and inbuild AI in that, and from there it can detect, AI can detect that if any suspicious things are happening or not within the premises, and it can resolve your issue. For example, suppose someone is trying to log in, and the login is normal. It's a user ID password, which is the login parameter. And after that, the AI found that it is a suspicious login. Then AI will ask to will immediately prompt the user to do some multi-factor authentication at the runtime, so that AI can detect that one and stop them to enter into the platform and do any kind of malicious activities. So this is how the AI will make the decision. Okay. Now let's look into our next topic, that is AI versus attacker. Okay, that how just give me a second. Okay. So how attacker behave and how AI defend. Okay. So in this screen you can see that left hand side I have just putted all the details in a more bullet point, whereas in the right hand side I have shown it into a user story where you can see that the human need rest, but the machine does not need rest. Okay, they can keep on working, and they can keep on monitoring your servers and platform. Okay, so now suppose an hacker has sent a fake email that look real to steal your information. Now how AI defender detect the phishing? AI analyze the email. It will check the sender email ID, link, content in real time, and block the phishing attempt. I'm going to explain in detail about this. Creates malware. Hacker create a malware, malicious software to inject your device or to encrypt the file of your devices. Then AI will detect, scan the files and behavior, identify malicious pattern, and stop the malware before it can run. Okay, if attacker tries to stolen your password, okay, by doing some permutation combination, so AI will log in the behavior of the attacker. Okay, it will check that from where which location the user has logged in, which device and time. For example, if I'm from Pune and if someone from Philippines is trying to log in as an Amit, then AI will detect that one, that Amit is from Pune and he is logging from the Philippines. Then at that moment, AI will detect and stop that one. Whereas the human has to keep on monitoring the things continuously in order to stop that one. Encrypt file, hacker encrypt your important files and demand ransom. This what we have discussed earlier also, and in today's news it has been seen that they are trying to encrypt the files on NPCIL. Okay, so how AI can help in that case? AI identifies the suspicious encryption behavior and ransom pattern and stop it early. Okay, if AI will figure out that okay, some encryption is going on and it is attacking millions of files within the system, then that's a suspicious activity and AI will stop that one. Okay. Hackers steal sensitive data and it tries to send it outside. Okay. So AI will monitor the behavior of the user and check that from where the data is going. Okay. What is the data access and movement? It detect and alert the cyber security team that those number of data it is moving on from the premises at this particular time. Okay, so this this is how the AI will protect the steal data. Okay. The next one is the launches DDoS. Okay, hacker flood the network with fake traffic to make service go platform. This incident we might have seen our on a day-to-day basis, and one of the example it is not an attack, but it's happened. So it I can say that it's an attack that when in a particular time when we try to do our railway booking and when we go to our IRCT portal at that time 12 o'clock in the morning when the windows open for the Tatkal, if you're logged in before 4 minutes, at 10 o'clock you will be logged out automatically, and then you will be not able to log in for around 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so what happened in this case is that all those agent who want to book the ticket, Tatkal booking, has launches the DDoS attack to that particular website, because of which the normal people are not able to log in, and those network are being hacked by these particular agents. Okay. So how AI can use that one? AI can analyze the network traffic on day-to-day basis, and if they says if AI figure out that from this IP address more the malicious activities are being done, then they can detect those IP address, report it to the cyber security team, and based on the investigation, AI can block those IP address to enter into the application. So this is how the attack will be happen and how AI will respond to those attack. Okay. Now, this is something I have covered about, try to explain about the preventing phishing attack, where again I have taken an example of a student Ria. Okay, that Ria received one urgent email. Dear Ria, your university account will be suspended today. Click here to verify now. It looks real, but it's a trap. It's create a sense of urgency in this email where the attacker is trying to create an urgency for Ria, the student, and asking her that to click on this particular link, otherwise your account will be hacked. Okay. So what happened? Okay. So when this email will come, okay, there will be an AI tool which will be running, so the AI inspect in second. Okay, it will inspect that who is the sender reputation, what is the response reputation of the sender, what is the email content is, link and URL analysis, and context and behavior. Behavior in sense that this mail creates a sense of emergency for the student. So it will analyze the pattern. AI scan the email instantly using machine learning model trained on millions of phishing attempt. Okay. So all those phishing attempts, all those data which will be inserted into the AI model, and based on that AI will learn all those phishing attempt, what type of phishing attempt it could be, what type of mail is there, and based on that whenever any kind of such emails will come, AI will analyze that. AI will, based on the analysis, AI will detect the red flag. Okay. It will create a new sender domain creates 2 days ago. It will create that when this domain was created. link the hide urgent language trying to create panic because it is trying to create a panic, so it's a kind of phishing attack. uh, does not match your usual communication pattern. The way the colleges send the messages to the student, it is not matching that way. It's a suspicious language which is being done, and AI will block and warn the student also and to the cybersecurity team also. So behind the team, what AI is doing at the architecture level is that AI is collecting the data. Okay, it learn from million of email, website, and attacker collecting the data. Then with the help of machine learning model, okay, it matches the pattern that whether this kind of pattern is a suspicious or not on whatever the data which is there with AI. It create a real-time analysis on those particular email. Okay, and it create a high risk, and then based on that, it put it into the repository for further investigation and further learning if such kind of events will occur. Okay, the result is now with this the student is safe, her account is safe, no data is stolen, whether it is for the student or whether it is for the university, and the university is protected. Okay. Now, the most dangerous thing is that if AI, if RIA, the student will click this particular link, then it will just attacker will get an access to the particular infrastructure or the server, and then the attacker can download the personal data or can release some kind of virus and encrypt the data. So those kind of things can be done. Okay, so this is how the student will get help. Student and university will get help with the help of AI. So in the same way, AI can on a continuous basis can give a messages to the but to all the university student stating that not to click such kind of suspicious email. Always verify those kind of mails and keep your password protected. So in this way, AI automatically can alert the students, the university student or the university professor with all those kind of measures which need to be take in order to protect the email. Okay, so this is how the AI is preventing the phishing attack. Okay. Uh, okay. So I will take a 1 minute, 1 or 2 minute of break. Let me have some water and then I will continue again uh, with the preventive malware attack.
It's nauseous.
Yeah, just allow me 2 minutes. Okay. We will start in 10:45. Is it fine, Sweta?
Still no problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I am back. So am I audible, Sweta? Hello?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Audible.
So I'm back. I've just taken 1 minute break. Okay. So let's talk about AI to prevent malware attack. Uh, for we know that what is a malware attack is all about. So, but let's look into the two way that how the attack happened and how AI can help to stop that attack. So without AI, how the attacker gets succeeded is that the student will receive an email that look like it from the university IT department. It content a link to update your account. Okay. The student will click the link and download a file thinking it is at a legitimate update. Okay. It could be a important files, NDA, there are a lot of files which the university send. So without reading that particular mail, going through the detail, the student unknowingly download that file. Uh, the malware will silently entered into the system and start running into the background. Okay, it will keep on spreading across the network, steal data and look for weakness. Okay, it will just keep running into the machine, and wherever you are clicking or whatever things you are doing, it will keep on observing that one, and it will look for any kind of window gap. Okay, that is there any kind of gap within that transmission, and it will just uh, just damage that particular area, and and it will encrypt the important files, and because of which the system will be down, crash, you will not able to open those particular platform. And once you are investigation, you will find out that lot of important files based on which the system is keep on running, it has been encrypted, and the attacker can ask ransom from the particular company to decrypt those files. Okay, this is how normally it happened. This kind of attack happened. Now, with the help of AI, how this attack can be stopped. So, what happened that as AI is not a human, and so AI will keep on running on the backend into your machine. Okay, and it will keep on continuously monitoring the email link behavior across your campus network. Okay, once it find out any kind of any kind of threat or any kind of behavior which is not proper, it will detect that unusual pattern in the email, and it will flag it as a malicious. Okay, so and it will block it before the student even able to click it. Okay, the student will not receive that email. Okay, so in that way the malware will be prevented to be injected into the premises. AI isolate the threat, removes it and patches the vulnerability automatically. It means that once AI detect this malware email and identify that what type of attack it is, it will automatically notify the cybersecurity team, and the cybersecurity team can work on the security patches and can bring up new update into the systems. So in this way, the college, the students all will be safe. Okay. So the advantage of AI in this case is that it detect the threat easily, it blocked those mail and files automatically, it continuously keep on learning. Okay, it continuously keep on learning, and it respond immediately. It does not take time to respond, and it has not given the chance to the attacker to attack the particular server. Okay, and it protect the system whatever is the cost, whether it is alert, whether it is notifying, whether it is doing kind of research on that. It do it within no second. So this is how the AI prevent it with the help of malware attack. Okay. Now this is another example of how AI will help to prevent the insider threat. Okay. So let's talk about the a story. Okay, where an employee working in an university. Okay, staff member. So he log in at a particular every day at a particular time. Okay, from morning 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. is the usual time. But what happened that at that day, Arun logs in at 11:45 p.m., which is an unusual time. He accessed the student record link, copies the data to an external USB drive, and tried to send data outside the network. So this is the case. So what is the case is all about that the the particular the particular student, sorry, the university staff member log in at at a very unusual time, and he is trying to access the student data and inserting a pen drive into the system and trying to copy the data. Okay. Now, how AI will detect and prevent the insider attack with this? So AI will learn from the normal behavior. Okay, it will check that as the AI will keep on running into the machine, then the AI will check that okay, this staff member is logging at a very unusual time. Okay, what type of data it is getting, it is accessing, what type of file it is downloaded on a daily basis, and what type of device it uses. Okay, on a daily basis. So all those learning will be there with the AI in its repository, and it will check with those pattern when that particular staff is going to be login. So in this case, AI spot and malicious activity that the login was done at 11:45 p.m. And at that moment, the user is accessing thousands of record at once. He is trying to export those data with the help of USB and attempt that data to be sent outside the network. So this device from Arun normal, derivates the from Arun's normal pattern, the staff member normal pattern, because normally this staff does not do in this way. Okay, so AI calculates the risk based on that pattern, and the risk comes out as it's the time risk because it's a unusual time when the user has logged in. It's a data risk that it is trying to copy a huge volume of data. It's a device risk because it has inserted an USB, and it's a behavioral risk because behavioral in the sense that copying millions of data is a not a normal behavior. So AI will take immediate action based on the risk score, and the session will. Uh, do anyone has any question? Okay. So AI will take an immediate action and the session will automatically close. Okay. The data export will be blocked. USB will be blocked from the system, and then it will automatically go to the investigation and help for response. AI create a full timeline. It will collect the logs and it will notify the cybersecurity team. So AI works in the same pattern is that it's collect the data of the user, it understand the behavior profile of the user, it checks that whether it is in the normal time, it calculate the risk scoring, and then automatically respond. Okay. So without AI, it is very the guessing such kind of unusual activity becomes a tedious one. It can be done with a traditional method, but it's become time consuming to do such kind of behavioral activity. Okay, and it takes time. So we can, with the help of AI, we will be able to save the time, because time is very important in the case of cyber attack. So AI will only able to help you to save the time with limited number of resources. Okay, so this is how the preventive insider attack happened, and all the things has been explained in this particular user story. You can go through that one. Okay. Now, I have already said that how AI can be used for defend the cyber attack. Okay. So this is something that I used to talk about in another example where AI in cyber defense for the university, as where I said that first one will be the anomaly detection. It will check that, learn from the normal network and user behavior. Okay. It will just keep on watching that what is the normal behavior of the user. Okay, and based on that it will create a kind of learning material. The AI will create a repository for that, and if something go happen, apart from that normal behavior, it will be a suspicious behavior for him. So then malware clarification, AI will able to identify that which files are malicious. Okay. So if a staff member download a file for his project, then an AI will analyze that file, that what type of file it is, and whether it is going to affect the system or not. Uh, it also, as I said, that it also keep on monitoring the user behavior analytics, and it will also capture the phishing and spam filter. Okay, so if something happened, if some phishing activities happen, okay, and found out that okay, this particular mail is not safe enough for the particular student or the university staff member, it will put it into the spam and filter out. Okay, it will detect the fraud based on the transaction which is going on within the university campus, within the organization, what type of banking transaction is going on. It will capture that one. So this is how it will protect the student without disturbing their learning. Okay, it will work parallelly along with the university day-to-day work. Secure the university data system, and it will protect the reputation of the university, reduce risk and response time. Normally with the help of, when we do with the traditional method, it takes time, but with the help of AI, it will reduce the time to respond such kind of attack, reduces the risk, manual effort. Okay, fine. Now, this is another example where I want to explain about the detection of an unusual login. Okay, so in this, I have given an example of Professor Sarma goes about his day, login to the university system from his laptop in Pune between 9 a.m. to 6 a.m. So this is the normal working hours for that particular professor. AI learn his normal pattern. AI learns that okay, this particular professor always log in at this time. An attacker tries something sneaky at 3 a.m. in the morning. Okay, someone from from a new device for an IP address to log in and quickly access the student data. AI stopped the anomaly instantly. Behavior is different from the baseline risk score jump in millisecond, and professor stay protected. Okay, because without the professor will not able to know only that some attack has happened with his name, and he will be protected from that attack, and he will be notified that okay, you just change your email ID, password, or something like that. It will protect the professor from that with the help of when AI will keep on learning. So learn what will be the baseline for AI to learn from this particular pattern, what AI is going to learn, and what AI will find unusual behavior. So it will learn from that who is the who this is Professor Sarma, where he is from Pune, when what is his working hours, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. His device IP address of the way he used the internet, what are the activity, what are the activity he is allowed to perform on a day-to-day basis, and what is the frequency. It will capture everything, understand everything, and based on that it will create a pattern of Professor Sharma, and it will matches with whatever the new what I will say new request comes from Professor Sharma. Any new request which come from Professor Sharma, every time it is going to match with the baseline. Okay, and if anything suspicious happen, then it will be notified. So, so there will be a risk score AI which will be set by the university, that if or the cybersecurity team, they are going to set the risk score in AI. Okay, and based on that risk score, the AI will give the result that whether it is to be block if it is more than 90%, if it is more than 80%, it is to notify. If it is more than 70%, less than 80%, then how, on what type of risk or what type of action need to be taken. Okay, so if it is more than 80%, then automatically multi-factor authentication will pop up for Professor Sarma, where he will be asked to enter the OTP on his mobile number. Okay, where on a normal basis it is only the user ID and password. So if it is based on the normal behavior, it will all the download option for Professor Sharma will be disabled at that moment, and he will not able to download the particular files. Okay, security alert will be sent to the cyber security team to review that one, and account will be secured. So in this way, this unusual activity will be detected by with the help of AI, and the server will be protected. Okay. Now, these are couple of use cases where I'm trying to list down that what type of cyber attack which has been prevented by AI with the help of AI. So one is the Microsoft, that is a password spray attack where million of login attempt using common password. It means a permutation combination has been done in order to pass on through that login pattern. Okay. So AI detected this unusual login pattern, identified the bot behavior in real time, automatically blocked the suspicious logging attempt before account compromise. So this action the AI has taken in order to prevent the cyber attack. As we have seen our previous slide, there is unusual login. Okay. Now the the next one was with the Google Workspace, where AI generated phishing emails. So AI analyzed the sender reputation and email content, detect the malicious link and fake domain, quarantine the phishing email before reaching user. So nowadays we might have seen that in Microsoft Outlook, uh, we have a quarantine option where all the emails which are outside, which are suspicious or any kind of which are not been registered, goes to that particular folder, and you have to specifically go to the Outlook, and you have to mention that whether you trust this particular email or not. Okay. So that's how the Microsoft Outlook works on, and this is how the Google Workspace has been prevented with the help of AI for cyber attack. Cisco large-scale DDoS attack, AI identified it because Cisco, they they has scattered lot of users in order to block someone to log into the Cisco. So AI identify this abnormal traffic spikes. They distinguish that which is malicious, which is genuine user, and automatically filter the attack traffic to keep the service online. Dark trace is someone is a ransom attack which has been happened, and AI learned from the normal user and device behavior, detect the unusual file encrypted activity, and isolated the infected device to stop to spread. Now, next one is the IBM Watson X vulnerable code exploitation. So in this, how AI has helped is that AI scanned the source code continuously and detected that is there any kind of security vulnerability in that or not. Okay, if there any, if because of certain code, if some kind of security breach will happen or not, because on a day-to-day basis the developer writes the code, but we don't know that whether how secure it is. So AI can detect all those kind of code and say that okay, how, where is the security vulnerability and how you can secure your code before it can go to the production. So it's a kind of security audit of your code with the help of AI. CrowdStrike Falcon is basically advanced malware and zero-day attack. So it detect the endpoint behavior, and it detect that whether this particular email with an attachment has a signature or not, and block that. Sentinel-1 is a fileless malware attack. Okay. So AI monitor processing running in memory. It is running in the RAM memory and detect the malicious behavior and automatically kills that. Bank of America, this trying to attack with a financial fraud, account takeover, and an AI analyze the transaction in millisecond, and detect the unusual payment and blocked it based on the high risk transaction. Okay, so this is how the cyber attack has been stopped with AI. Okay, now as of now we have talked about that how AI could be a defender. Okay, how AI will able to stop the cyber attack. But the attacker, the cyber attacker, or the cyber, but the cyber attacker who are attempting to attack, they can also use the AI for the to attack the system. Okay, So how they can do that one? Few of the things what they can do is that they can write a flawless personalized phishing at scale. They can write, they can try a prompt that write a email ID in such a way that it should not be look suspicious, and the user will able to believe on that. So that kind of email the AI can write. It can clone the voice, it can clone my voice, and you can use my deep fake fraud. You might have seen that so many videos of our respected politician and actors are been morphed and they have been circulated into the internet. That is being done with the help of AI only. Okay, it can generate million of malware variant to confuse the model. Okay, and it can automatically scan and exploit that what is the loose, which customers are more eager for marketing tools and who are eager to purchase things in online e-commerce portal. It can detect those kind of activities, and those kind of customer can will be targeted by the attacker. So those kind of information AI can give to the attacker, and attacker can use that one for the cyber attack. Okay. So what are the AI driven risk? Okay, so I've shortlisted whatever the information I have. See, AI can generate a phishing email. AI create a highly convincing email with perfect grammar and personalized consent. As I said, a professor received an email that appeared to come from a vice chancellor requesting urgent login verification. So what will be the impact? As I said, that it will be credential theft, unauthorized access to the university. Okay. Deepfake voice and video attack. AI can generate a fake voice and videos of university officials. Financial department receive a voice call that sound like the registrar asking for emergency fund transfer. This kind of attack could be done with the help of AI. AI powered password cracking. AI predict weak password and automatically credential attack. AI can detect that which user or which person has kept their password weak, and that can be attacked. Sometimes what happened that for some of the platform we use weak password, so that can be identified with the help of the AI tool, and the breach can happen. Automatically vulnerability discover. AI can scan the university network faster than traditional hacking tools. Attacker identify an outdated model and library server within minute. As I said that the tool can identify that there is a kind of chance of attack can be done. AI can enhance the malware, AI modified malware to invade antivirus detection. So AI can scan that what type of antivirus the network is using, and based on that, it can generate a new attack. Okay, so and put it into the network. Ransomware with AI. AI identifies the most vulnerable system before encrypting that. AI can detect that which system is weak, and try to target that system and encrypt those files. AI can generate a fake faculty and student identity with the profile photo and other. That's why yesterday we have shown you one of our product, that is the EID stack, where with revealing much information you will be able to verify yourself, and that will be stored into the blockchain with all the logs will be there. So that is how you can protect yourself. A chatbot and LLML data leak, whatever the information we are putting in chat GPT or other medium in order to get the information, AI can learn from that and create that. That's why most of the big companies, whether it is UI, Deloitte, IBM, they have blocked the open source chat platform, and they have their licensed AI model. Okay. Now the next one will be the AI based social engineering. AI analyze the social media to craft personalized attack. It might be possible that a PhD researcher receive a fake confidential invitation based on LinkedIn activity. We use LinkedIn a lot, right? And based on that, AI can keep on monitoring and create a fake credential invitation. AI powered bot attack is also one of a risk, where intelligent bot automatically login attempt and wave attack. There will be AI chatbot which will be keep on running, and it will keep on trying to log into the platform. Synthetic research data manipulation. AI can create a fake research data set or modified existing one. So research result can be modified with the help of AI, because and bypass traditional security is very common, that it can bypass the traditional security. AI can generate a fake website, and it can clone the university website and create an university website and ask the student to log in that. Automatically spear phishing an AI assistant inside a thread. Okay, so this kind of AI-driven risks which are possible, and the university and organization has to be careful. There are a lot of things which are there. That's why in my yesterday session, I have explained you about some of the knowledge base where you have to go through and you have to learn about all the new kind of attack which is happening. As same as this one, you can keep a note of this particular attack. The name of the attack is the World Leaks. Okay, so World Leaks is something which is a new kind of attack which is happening. So you can go through the details of this and see that what type of attack it is, and what is the security measures you can take in order to prevent this such kind of attacks. Okay. Now see, this is something a kind of storytelling to explain you that whatever we have discussed, that what type of attack the AI could do for cybersecurity. First one is the deepfake, synthetic voice and video used to impersonate executive and official. How it work? How it work is that AI clone a person's face and voice from public data used in call, video, voice notes to manipulate people. Why it is dangerous? Because it will look real to you. It will look like real. We have seen all this example. This is not something new. You might have seen few of the trailer of the movies which are yet to come, and the trailer are launched with the help of AI. You might have seen that few of the animation videos which are coming with the help of AI. So that can be used for the good purpose and the bad purpose both. So it can be used to trick the staff member, the student, the organization, trained employee. AI can generate a phishing. Phishing is that high convincing email and message that bypass traditional email. You can see that how convincing this message is. So how it worked, that AI used the LLM model to write the perfect grammar, personalized test, and fake urgency. And it can include the fake link. And why it is dangerous, that the system will not able to understand that whether it is a spam or actual email, and it will look genuine. Okay, so data poisoning is something we might have did it this one for our whenever we try to create our login credential, or few of the platform, when we are trying to use that one, where we have to choose the the photos. Okay, where we have to choose the photos and correct photos. So this is how the AI can poison, how it will attacker insert subtle malicious pattern into training data model, learn incorrect pattern and makes wrong decision. And why it is dangerous, affect modern accuracy and reliability. So this kind of dangers could happen. The fourth one is the evasion attack. It is slightly modified malware created slip. Okay, so you will find that attacker tweak the code and behave just enough to invade detection. So it's basically all these things are dangerous when we talk about that how AI can impact you. Okay, and there are the plus point I have already discussed. So we have to always look into both the side of the coin, so that we will be more secure or more alert. Okay, so real world example is that the Hong Kong dollar 200 million deepfake heist, which was happened on 2024. So how this happened? The employee received an meeting invite from CFO, of a Chief Financial Officer. Join a video call with multiple colleagues. Everyone looks and sound real. CFO asked for an urgent confidential transfer for a file acquisition. Employee is pressured and initiated multiple bank transfer. Later, the real CFO confirmed no such meeting ever happened. Okay. And see what was the impact. It is around 25 million lost in a matter of minute. Okay. So this is a real example which has happened. Okay, and how and what made the attack possible? Okay, why this attack has happened? So the attack has happened because AI cloned the voice and the face of the CFO. Okay, it has used the real-time deepfake video flawlessly. Okay, there was a lack of social engineering and urgency within the resources also, and it's create a lot of urgency within the mail. Okay. After that, once the CFO has asked for such kind of things, that then it was not been double checked by the employee. So that which cause a case of awareness basically. So how you can protect your organization with all those kind of things is that verify on a second channel. If someone is asking you to join then give him a call and verify that whether you have asked to join a meeting for this kind of urgency. Deepfake detection tools, install AI tools which can detect the deepfake. Okay. Do a regular basis of awareness session within your university and organization so that the people are aware of such kind of cases. Give least privilege to the employee based on their role and responsibility. Continuously monitor and detect any kind of unusual behavior, which with the help of AI you can do that one, and the cybersecurity team still doing that one. And incident the report on a regular basis so that this kind of event can be stopped. So it's all about awareness, be alert, and various kind of tools which will help you to detect such kind of cyber attack within your organization. Okay. Now, how the machine learns from the plain terms is that it's a basically it's basically it's a self-explanatory thing. So I'm not going to go into the detail of that. Okay, signature based versus AI based detection. I have already said this one in my previous slides. Okay, now let's look into some of the AI based cyber attack which happened on July 2026. AI assisted AWS cloud attack. Okay, a lone attacker used agentic AI to automatically reconcile a generate attack script, adapt to the victim cloud environment, and escalated later movement. Okay. So compromised a large AWS environment within 72 hours and extorted the victims. So this is something which happened for the AWS cloud. On July, there is a checkpoint research report. Okay. So one campaign compromised nine Mexican government agencies and exposed approximately 400 million of record of see. You can see the impact. Google versus outsiders missing network. Thousands of phishing website targeted banking and telecom customer. There is an Google threat intelligence report. Uh, so in this, the Google reported blocking the attack before it became a large scale exploitation event. So the threat actor used AI to discover a previously used software vulnerability and generate and exploited. Okay. Then there was a Bangalore deepfake investment scam. So what happened? The attacker used the AI generated deepfake video impersonated India's ministry to convince the victim to invest. Okay. Then UNC 1061 cryptocurrency malware attack has been done. So this kind of attack which has been done with the help of AI. These are the tools, AI tools, which you can use in order to learn your cybersecurity based practices. These are the AI tools. You can click a photo of this, and you can learn about all of these tools later on whenever you get time. Okay. So each tool has its own point of view. ChatGPT is for cybersecurity concept. Virus Total is for malware analysis. Waza is for SIEMs and SOC. Security Onion is for blue team. ZEC is for network monitoring. Suricata is for IDS. So this kind of tools you can use. Okay. What AI cannot do yet is that false positive research bulk downloading data for a paper look exactly like a explanatory data quality judgment. All those things AI is yet to do. Okay. So this comes to an end of our today's session where AI powered cybersecurity topic I have covered. I will quickly show you our platform, which is a 3D model which you can use in order to generate awareness within your university for any kind of training. Okay. So first of all, let me show you that what type of training module you will be able to generate, whether it is any kind of department, whether it is IT department, whether it is the automobile department, mechanical department, medical. So you, by using this platform, which is an AI model, you will be able to create your own training model, and the student will able to create their own training model, and they can present it to the industry and showcase their ideas into a real world imagination, which is an AR VR. Okay. So I want to show this one to you. So this is one of a recorded session of one of the model which we have created with our product. Now it's very easy to create such kind of model with the help of IDS XR portal, and this is the portal. It can be used in any kind of department within your university, whether it is, as I said, that whether it is automobile, cyber security, to provide the awareness. And the best part is that it's generated in 3D model for you within a second. Okay. Uh, Within this platform, there are around 32 millions of asset already been there, and you will be able to easily get into all those training based on the categories. You can select the categories. You can see at the left hand side, the categories are mentioned: engineering, film media, fine, healthcare, IQ, library, manufacturing. All those things are mentioned. Tourism, security. You can see that for the security, cyber security also, there are some videos over here which has been created. Okay. So you will be able to create your 3D model with the help of this particular platform. In order to create this particular platform, lot of research has been done. It has been affiliated with the international university, and their input has been taken to create this particular platform. And to make it more prominent and more secure, we have used around 32 AI tools to build this one. Okay. Yeah, in this platform, you will be also able to import your 3D asset as per your demand. you can import that one three you can import your 360 asset if you want to make your training model more effective, okay, and you want to present it to the industry or any kind of hackathon. So with this platform you will be able to create that one, and it's very easy to create this kind of training module, okay. So you just have to go through this create option, okay, and you will be finding there four options are there. One is AI ready, train AI, status log, and so AI ready is basically you only have to give a command, one topic you have to give based on for example, I give a cyber security topic, okay. So based on that, it will you just have to click on this description, okay. It will generate a description for you. AI will generate a description for you. You can decide your skill type, whether it is hard skill or soft skill, or it will be auto detected. It can be in any kind of languages, English, Hindi, you based on you, whatever language you want, you can do that one. Okay. So I just click the transition to Gujarati. So I will take it to English. And then there is an option of creating an enable extended experience and create five experience with it will create five training modules for you. Okay. And once you create this one, you will be only checking on the status log, and within 10 minutes your training module will be ready, okay. And we you can see that how many training modules we have created with the help of this, okay. Now the other question is that suppose you have your own research paper, SOP, standard operational procedure, or research paper, you can just upload it over here. And once you can upload, you just have to click on this button, and it will automatically create based on the SOP. It will automatically create the training module. Once the training module is created, it is not something that you will not able to edit that one. It will create a training module for you, and you will be able to edit that one based on your request. Okay. So this is how you will be able to make your training more impressive to the student, and the student will able to understand more about that. How let me show you one of a training. It is just created by one of our resource, and let me see that this is something for the cyber security only, okay. So let me start this training module for you. I just want to show you because we are giving cybersecurity training, but it does not mean that we have lot of product with us, and you should be aware of those products. If somehow it will be useful for your university, then please let us know. We are going to give you a detailed demo for that, and our marketing and business development team will get in touch with you. So see how the things look like. See, this is an AI avatar. This is a professor. So this is how you will be able to create your own experience with the help, and it only hardly take 10 minutes to create such kind of training module for you, and you will be able to customize based on your need. So in case if you found interesting for this particular platform, whether it is the IDS XR, whether it is the biometric one, or whether it is the EID stack, please let us know, and our team will give you a brief demo on all those kind of product, because this kind of product are already are built for the university only, and we want that the university will take maximum advantages of this kind of product. So with this, we come to an end of the today's topic, and I hope you have understood the topic, how AI will help to power the cyber security. Along with that, how AI can be used to be attack that cyber security also. So we have to be very much careful in whatever way we have to strengthen our university premises more and more. Okay, and I hope you like the training, and we will be meeting tomorrow for the DPDP session also. And now I will hand over to Sweta, and Sweta, our next trainer, will come and give you the session on the next topic. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful session. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So I think Deepika will come on 12 o'clock is the next session.
Yes, sir, 12 o'clock.
Okay, okay, fine.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Hello everyone, welcome back. It is my privilege to invite our esteemed resource person, Miss Deepika, to kindly take over the session now. Ma'am, we are delighted to have you with us today. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shweta ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. So yesterday we have discussed on in identity security, like identity and access management, authentication, multi-factor authentication, and role-based access control, right? So today's session we are going to understand about cloud security and from a practical perspective. I'm sharing my screen. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Your
So you can
screen is
see my
also
screen.
visible. Yeah, visible.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good to go. Thank you.
So today, let's look into the cloud security and the complaints. Okay, what comes under cloud security? What is cloud computing? The cloud environments, how we are securing the sensitive data, and about the compliance, cloud compliance. Okay, here are the learning objectives for today's session: understanding the cloud security fundamentals and the shared responsibility model, cloud identity and access management, which we have discussed yesterday, and learning about the role based access control, understanding encryption and data protection, learn about the cloud complaint framework. And we are going to have some live domain demonstration also. This is the agenda for the today's session. Okay, we are going to start with cloud computing. We are going to start with understanding what is cloud computing. Okay, so what is cloud computing? So many people, many employees, many people now, every day we are using cloud services. So cloud computing, what do you mean by cloud computing? So delivering of computing resources. What are those computing resources? Storage, servers, databases, networking, AI services, and applications over the internet, right? So nowadays organizations are renting these kind of resources. Okay, we are taking the services for rent, use as you pay. Okay, so we have three leading providers for the cloud providers here: AWS, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. So every day, what action we are doing? We are storing data. Google Drive, we have Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox, and Microsoft 365. I think you are aware of all these things, right? When you upload a document, you're not storing it in your laptop alone. You are storing it in Google Cloud or your Microsoft OneDrive. Yes, your office files or your uh, students' data, everything is in cloud. So Microsoft stores companies, office documents, files, meetings, Microsoft Teams, everything gets stored. In day-to-day basis, we use WhatsApp, right? WhatsApp backups are also stored in cloud, your Google Cloud. Yes or no? So the biggest advantage of cloud computing is scalability and flexibility. We can access anytime, anywhere, right? From anywhere, it is easily accessible. So cloud computing is simply means the storage, servers, databases, networking, AI services, and applications we use in day-to-day basis. So what are the cloud service models which we have? So they are generally divided into three service models. The first one is the infrastructure as a service. Okay, in this model, the cloud provider give you the virtual machines, storage, and networking infrastructure. Just like the customer can manage operating systems, apps, and data. One of the example is AWS, Amazon Web Services, EC2. Okay, you can manage the operating system, applications, and your data here. And the second one is platform as a service. Here, the provider manages both infrastructure as well as the operating system. Okay, allowing the customer to manage the applications. One of the example is Azure App Services. Okay, the third one is the software as a service. Okay, this model most of us use daily. Okay, this is here the cloud provider manages everything and the user simply access the application through a web browser. Customer can manage their user data. Everything can be managed, just like M365, Google Workspace, Gmail, Salesforce, anything for that. So, giving you a simple example of all these things, infrastructure as a service is like you are purchasing your own car. Okay, like you need to manage almost everything, right? Purchasing an own car means you need to manage everything end to end. Platform as a service means you are taking a taxi or a cab. So you don't need to worry about the maintenance, but you need to take care of the journey. That is called platform as a service. Software as a service. Let's say you simply use the service without managing anything, just like a public transport. You just use the service, but you don't need to manage anything. That is what we use every day. Okay, we are using Microsoft 365. You're just using the service, but you don't need to manage anything. Okay, these are the cloud service models. Next, where these cloud services are actually deployed. That is cloud deployment models. Organizations will choose different deployment models depending on their business and their security requirements. We have four different models here. The first one is the public cloud, where the services are provided over the internet by the providers itself, like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. So most educational institutions or startups use public cloud services. Okay. Next one is the private cloud. So where the infrastructure is dedicated to that single organization only. Let's say banks or defense organizations or large enterprises will often use private cloud. They will use private cloud. The third one is the hybrid cloud. What do you mean by hybrid? Hybrid is nothing but public plus private. They use both public and private. So the sensitive information inside the organization is stored in the public cloud and less sensitive information will be stored in the public cloud. Sorry, private and public. So less sensitive information will be stored in the public and the sensitive information will be stored in the private cloud. Just like hospitals, banks, these will be using these kind of hybrid cloud approach. The fourth one is the multi-cloud. So organizations will be using multiple cloud providers simultaneously. Let's say we are using Microsoft for Teams, Outlook, everything. And for hosting applications, we are using AWS, Amazon Web Services for that case, and Google Cloud for AI. So we are using more than one cloud provider that is called multi-cloud. Okay. So now we'll understand why securing cloud environments is so important. Okay, fine. You are storing your data in cloud. Is that enough? No, right? We need to secure that. So, what are the security challenges which we have? So, one of the major security challenge, major risk is data breaches. So, what happens? How it happens with data breach? So, when unauthorized individual gain access to a sensitive data, that is called a data breach. Let's say an attacker is accessing your sensitive information in cloud. Then a breach had happened. Then misconfigured cloud storage. What do you mean by misconfigured? Let's say organization or a university made some data public. Actually, it is a private or sensitive information. By mistakenly, the organization made it public. That is called misconfigured storage. Weak passwords. What do you mean by weak? Using the weak password is the biggest reason for account compromise. The passwords has to be strong. And the next one is insider threats. What do you mean by insider threat? Insider means someone inside the organization or inside the university who have the access to those files or sensitive files. Okay, he is the insider. So what this insider is doing? Insider accidentally or intentionally or unintentionally misusing the company information and sharing it outside. This causes a breach, right? So this is called insider threat. The person who is authorized to do so is leaking the information outside is a insider threat. Insecure APIs. This is the biggest attack to exploit in cloud applications. Nowadays, many applications are using third-party APIs, right? So these APIs are the main source for the attacker to target the application. So we'll be using multiple APIs for developing an application. So if attacker cannot directly attack you or attack your application, he will try to bypass it through the APIs. He can exploit using APIs. So that is the insecure API. The next one is ransomware. The attacker randomly gets your data and encrypt it, and in return he wants some ransomware and disrupt all the operations of your organization is called ransomware attack. Next is the account hijacking. So when attackers steal your login credentials, that is called account hijacking. So compliance violations. Organizations should comply with regulatory and legal requirements. So failure of these requirements will lead to financial penalties or reputational damage. So the data which we stored in cloud, which we need to face the security challenges also. Okay. Going to the next slide. So shared responsibility model. So do you think the data stored in the cloud is secure? Is this the only responsibility for the cloud provider or you are also responsible for it? So that is a shared responsibility. Okay. Many people assume that once the data is stored in the cloud provider is responsible for the data you stored. That is the major misconception here. So in reality, security responsibility will be shared on both sides. Like the cloud provider will secure the physical infrastructure, data centers, networking, and configurations at the host level. What customer need to do? Customer is responsible for securing what they put inside the cloud. What data you are putting inside the cloud, you are responsible for it. Like user identities, identity and access, applications, or data, or sharing and configuration choices, applications, permissions, data, whatever you are storing, you need to check what you are putting inside the cloud and you are responsible for what you are doing it. Okay. So Microsoft is giving you a OneDrive infrastructure. Okay. So what you are doing, you are storing your Office files inside the OneDrive. So the cloud provider, the Microsoft is taking care of all these things like the physical infrastructure, data centers, networking, all these things, the cloud will take care. What you need to take care, what you are putting inside the cloud, you need to take care of all these things. And how you share with the people also, you need to take care of all these things. That is the shared responsibility model. Okay. The customer should secure what they put inside the cloud. Okay. This is called the shared responsibility model. And next, the cloud identity and access management. This is the recap of yesterday's session. We'll go fast. Okay. So yesterday we have discussed cloud IAM. What do you mean by IAM? Identity and access management. So as I told you, the right user gets the right access to the right resources at the right time. Who is the right user? Who is trying to log in? Gets the right access to the devices, the laptop or the applications. The right resource, the applications. What is the right resource? That is the application. At the right time, the perfect authentication. Okay. What are the components of cloud IAM? Yesterday we have discussed, right? Identity. Identity is nothing but the user identity. Username, password. Next step is the authentication. Authentication is through MFA, multi-factor authentication, or it defines biometric, multi-factor OTP, or any other thing. The next step of authentication is authorization. So what are you authorized to do? What access do you have? Okay. The next is the access policy, role-based access control. What you can access, what type of data you can access. And the last one is the audit logs. Yesterday we have discussed this one also. Authentication versus authorization. Authentication simply means who are you? Authorization means what you can do. The first step is authentication. Later, the next step of authentication is authorization. So let's say a faculty logs in to Microsoft 365. Firstly, he will authenticate, uses his username, password, and authentication method. Okay, done. Everything is perfect. Then he will be accessing his team, Outlook, everything. But he cannot delete the resources. He is authorized what he can do. That's it. Okay. Identity providers. Yesterday we have a live demonstration of this identity providers also. These are the examples of few identity providers which we have. Microsoft Entra ID, Google Identity, AWS IAM Identity Center, and Okta is also one of the example, and Ping Identity. These are the identity providers which we have. This is the cloud authentication flow. We discussed username, password, then it goes to the multi-factor authentication step using the authenticator or OTP. Then next it goes to the identity provider, Entra ID. Once it gets registered here, then an access token will be generated, and next the access token will be granted, and you can log into the application. Yesterday we have discussed Canva, right? Canva. While accessing Canva, you're not directly giving the credentials to Canva. You're just logging in with your identity provider called Google. Okay. So role-based access control. So role-based, the name itself says the role-based access control. Based on your role, you need to have the access. For suppose, here we have the student. What he can do? A role created on the name of the student, he can only have the permission to read the notes. Okay, next comes the faculty role. Faculty can upload the notes. Okay, he can, the faculty here can upload the notes, but the student should not have access to upload the notes. The only permission the student have is read the notes. This is called role-based access control. What HOD can do? He can approve the courses. Once he approves the courses, the faculty will have the access to upload the notes. What admin can do, he will have the full access over all these controls, all the permissions he will be having. So simple to manage and secure by default, right? So the student do not have access to upload the notes. We are bifurcating here. Here we are stopping the student just to read the notes. We are not giving extra permissions to the student. This way we are having role-based access control. Clear? If you have any questions, you can raise your hand. Going on to the next slide, multi-factor authentication. Yesterday we discussed this one also. Something you know is your password, something you have is your OTP or security key, your phone number, and something you are is your fingerprint, biometrics, anything. So cloud provider MFA options, we have AWS multi-factor authentication, Azure Microsoft MFA, and Google MFA. Right? For Gmail also, few people are using multi-factor authentication. Next, conditional access. Yesterday I have shown you the conditional access example also, right? Whenever the employee is signing from the office laptop, it will allow. Yes, he is signing in from the office laptop. Once you log in to the Entra ID, your device will be registered. Yesterday I have shown you the device name, IP address from where you are trying to access. So entire thing will be entered or accessed in the Entra ID, Microsoft Entra. So whenever the employee sign in is from the different country, let's say yesterday I have told you this example. Myself, I am the employee of IDS, usually log in from Hyderabad location. Okay, fine. After 5 minutes, someone is trying to log in from the unknown country, let's say US. Is that possible within 5 minutes? So the Entra will detect it as suspicious attempt and it will block it. Let's say I need to send an immediate mail to another colleague or my manager, let's say. So what I will do, I will log in from the personal device immediately and what it will do, it will require MFA. It will pass through the multi-factor authentication. Okay. This is called conditional access. So coming to the data protection, as we discussed, we are storing data in cloud, right? What is data? Data is the most important and valuable asset for any organization. Yes. So what universities will have? What data universities will hold? Student data, right? It will hold student data. What organizations will hold? The employee data or the application data or the client data, production data, it will handle. So data is the main crucial thing which we handle. Okay. So how we need to protect the data? Data has the 3 stages here. Okay. The first stage is data in rest. The second one is data in transit. And the third one is data in use. So let's say that, for example, data is stored in your cloud. That means the data is at rest. Okay. Organizations must ensure that the data remains, before going to all 3 things, we need to make sure that the data remains confidential, integrate, and availability. CIA triad, the fundamental pillars of cybersecurity. Okay. CIA, the information should be confidential, the information should be integrate, and the information should be available. These 3 are the main important things for the data which we are holding. Okay. Data should be confidential means data should be kept secret. Okay. The second thing is data should be integrity should be maintained, means the data should be correct. Whatever the file which I am sending from my side to your side, the data or the file should not be changed in the mean side. Okay. That is called integrity should be maintained. The third thing is availability. Availability means data should be available 24/7. What if the data is not available? Just in case your servers are down or for some reason data is not available. Let's say So business disruptions will happen, right? So we need to make sure that CIA are the foundations of any information security. So the first is data at rest. So data is currently stored in your cloud, but not being accessed or not being used by anyone. The second one is data in transit. Let's say I'm sending an email from my account to my manager. So data is passing through the network traffic. Means the data is in transit, moving from one place to another. So every time you send an email or upload an assignment or attend a Microsoft Teams meeting, the data is being transit. Okay. The third one is data is in use. The data, the file or currently being accessed by a user. Some user is editing the file or viewing the file or downloading the file. That is called data in use. Let's say, for example, an exam paper is stored in the OneDrive. Okay. An exam question paper is stored in the OneDrive. That means the data is at rest. And the exam paper is emailed to the examiner means the data is in transit, moving from one place to another. And it is opened for grading. Let's say someone is using the file. That is called data is in use. So these three are the three states of data. So data must be protected through the entire life cycle, rest, transit, and in use. Okay, not just while it is stored. The next thing, how it gets protected, how we are protecting the data, encryption, right? So the most important security control in cloud computing is encryption. Simple terms, encryption is nothing but converting the plain text, or it is converting the plain text into unreadable format called ciphertext. Ciphertext is nothing but it makes the plain text to unreadable format. You cannot read it directly. It is encrypting here. So only the person who is having the encryption key can convert this ciphertext to the plain text again using decryption. Okay, someone should have the key for encrypting. Only the key will be used for decrypting the ciphertext to the plain text. Got it? So we have different types of encryptions here. AES, symmetric encryption. This is very fast. RSA, asymmetric encryption, key exchange, and TLS and HTTPS while data is in transit. Okay. These are the three types of encryptions we have. So what happens without encryption? Let's say we don't have any encryption. We are transferring the data through some network traffic. What will happen? Someone can read the file, right? Someone can read the plain text which you are sending, right? What happens if the data is encrypted and you are sending it through the network traffic? Even though someone intercept in the middle of the traffic, he cannot read it without the encryption key. I think you got my point, right? Sending it, sending the plain text to the network traffic and sending the cipher text, the encrypted text to the network traffic makes a lot of change. Okay. Though an attacker intercepts in the middle of the traffic, he cannot read it without the encryption key. Okay. So what encryption is doing? It is protecting the confidentiality of the information. Okay. Even though attacker got the information which you are transmitting from one place to another place, he cannot read it, though it is stolen. Okay. How encryption will happen? So we are saying that encryption is protecting our data, right? Yes, encryption is protecting our data. Yes, we are locking it, right? As I told you, we are locking it with a key. Only the person who are having the key can decrypt the ciphertext to the plain text. Let's discuss what are those keys. What happens if someone steals the key? the data is no longer protected, right? There are two types of approaches here. One is the customer managed keys, and the second one is the provider managed keys. So, what is the customer managed key? Organization creates its own control or own encryption keys. What do you mean by the provider managed keys? The cloud provider will handle the entire life cycle for you. It will generate a key, stores, rotates, and manages the encryption process automatically. What customer is doing? The organization is creating and controlling its own encryption keys. There are two types of management. Okay. So this will provide great security and control, and also increases the responsibility, because why? Organization should also protect and rotate manage their own keys. Not only the provider, the customer also should manage their own keys. Few examples of cloud management, cloud key management services. We have Amazon Web, Amazon Web Services KMS, key management system, and Azure Key Vault, and Google Cloud KMS. Okay. So the next one is, okay, we are securing the data in cloud. We are encrypting the data in cloud, right? So how much data you are storing, how much you are protecting doesn't matter, right? Anytime, any incident can happen. Yes or no? Files maybe accidentally get deleted. Okay. Cyber attacks can happen from anywhere. Any attacker can send you a phishing email. Ransomware attacks might happen, and any natural disasters also. Let's say some floods or fires affect your office premises. What will happen? The data will be lost, right? So this is the reason why we need to have a backup policy, right? I think everyone knows about backup, right? You are using day-to-day applications like WhatsApp, right? I think you will be getting a notification like WhatsApp is backing up your data. Yes or no? So the backing up data will be stored in the cloud. What are the strategies which we have? The cloud backup strategies. There are three different types. Okay. The first one is the 3-2-1 rule. What do you mean by 3-2-1? Three copies, two different storage medias, and one copy stored on offsite or in another cloud location. This is called 3-2-1 rule. Why 3-2-1? Let's say if one backup fails, let's say, you will have an additional copy somewhere else. Yes or no? Even if one fails, we will have some other option also. The second one is the recovery time objective. What do you mean by recovery time? How quickly a system must be restored after an incident. Okay. For example, your data has been lost. Let's say your student data for CSC department has been lost. How much time you are going to take to restore the data? This is called recovery time objective. Okay. The fourth one is recovery point objective. What do you mean by recovery point? How much of data loss is acceptable? Let's say we are backing up the data every 4 hours. Okay, I am backing up for every 4 hours. I had an incident. Let's say accidentally the files got deleted. So what happens here? The organization is losing the past 4 hours data, right? Yes, I have a backup. That's fine. But still I am using 4 hours of recent data. Yes or no? So let's say we have lost computer science department student data. Okay. So what is the recovery time objective? How much time the system is taking to restore? Okay. Okay, fine. We have backups. We are restoring the system. Let's say. But what happens in, let's say I have 4 hours of backup. So the recent data, let's say in these 4 hours, 10 students got joined inside your college. let's say the 10 students data will be lost. Yes or no? We have backup only for 4 hours. The past 4 hours data will be lost. Okay, what are we losing here? The 10 students data, which recently had happened. Yes or no? So, what organizations will do? Organization determine their own RTO and RPO values based on the business requirements. These values will be changing based on the business requirements. Okay. Next is the data loss prevention. So till now we have discussed how data is protected, encrypted, managing using keys, backups. So if authorized user accidentally or intentionally shares the sensitive information outside the organization, let's say, okay, this is where data loss prevention comes in. Okay, I am the authorized person inside the organization. I am trying to accidentally or intentionally sharing the office files externally or outside the organization. I am sharing the files. So, what this data loss prevention tool will do? It will detect and block the sensitive data. Whatever you are sharing outside, it will detect. PII, personal information, personally identifiable information, financial data, health records, for example, sensitive information from leaving approved channels. That means what are the approved channels? Inside the organization, it is fine. I'm sharing the sensitive file outside the organization means it is a red flag, right? So this tool, what it will do, it will detect the sensitive file. What it will do? It will scan the content. Okay, we have policies inside the organization that we should not be sharing these kind of data, any kind of attachments holding sensitive data or financial data should not be shared outside the domain. Then what the DLP tool will do? It will flag or block the email. Okay, let's say email attachments using student ID numbers. What it will do? I am sending student ID numbers to outside the organization. It will immediately, this tool will be blocking me. Suppose I am uploading a spreadsheet of grades to my personal drive. What it will do? It will flag for the review. Why this person is sharing to his or her personal drive. Copying the research data of the organization to the USB drive. Again, a policy alert. The tool will detect it and it will alert it to the IT department. Sorry. So these tasks or these things will be determined by the organization and the organization will be drafting the policies for detecting these kind of incidents and it will block or flag it immediately. What do you mean by data masking? Till now we have discussed what kind of data we are preventing, detecting and blocking in using data loss prevention. And what do you mean by data masking here? Okay. Suppose a faculty member accidentally attaches an Excel sheet, okay, containing the student marks and Aadhaar card numbers also to the email addressed to external. Let's say, just give me a minute. Huh? So coming for the data masking, suppose a faculty member from your university is attaching an Excel sheet containing student marks and their Aadhaar card numbers to external email or personal drive, let's say. So before email was sent, the DLP, the data loss prevention tool will scan the attachment, right? Before sending the email, it will scan for the attachment, what the faculty is trying to send. Okay. It detects Aadhaar card numbers. Okay. Aadhaar card number means the personal identifiable information, right? It is confidential student information. So immediately what DLP will do? It will block, right? So the email is containing the sensitive information, let's say. So how it should be masked? So no need to get the entire Aadhaar card number. Instead, we can mask it using some random digits. Okay. For protecting the Aadhaar card number, last 4 digits. I think you people are aware of all these things, right? We are masking the data. Last 4 digits is visible. Yes or no? So instead of exposing the complete Aadhaar card details, we can just mask it and last 4 digits will be visible. This means replacing the real values with the fake ones for the non-production use. Okay. The second one is tokenization. Okay. Let's say this is the card number, your debit card or credit card number. This card number will be replaced with a token number. Okay. Why we are replacing with the token number? The original value, why we are not showing the original value? This is replaced with the token number. Entire sensitive value will be replaced with the randomly generated token, so that the original detail will not be shared with anyone. Then this will remain secure. Only the authorized person using this token will know the value of the card. Okay. The authorized person can using this token can know the card number. Remaining people only knows the token number. He cannot do anything. For in case instance, let's say an attacker tried to come into the network traffic. He saw this token number. What he can do? He cannot understand anything from this, right? Getting the token number is not just enough. Only the authorized person will get the token. Yesterday we discussed generating access tokens, right? From Google identity provider, we are generating an access token. Only Canva will understand it. Only Canva can understand the token and will be given the access. That is how it works. Going on to the next slide. Securing the data while sharing and access reviews. So everyone are using OneDrive, right? Microsoft OneDrive. So you will be having sharing the link option. You will be sharing the link with everyone or specific people or anyone inside the organization, right? This is the link sharing default. And we can also set up expiring links. We can set the expiry date, sorry. We can set the expiry date for the link which you have provided, or you can set the password for the shared links also. We need to make the periodic access reviews. Let's say, for suppose the person is no longer needed for the link or to access the link, that person should be removed before accessing the project or the file, right? We need to periodically access the reviews, whether they are correct, or do we need to remove anyone. Sharing the audit logs. Review who shared what, with whom, and when. Every quarter, we need to check. Let's see this here. This is my company's OneDrive folder. Okay. Let's say taking an example of sharing. Okay. So here I am given the option of link settings. As I have told you, I can share the link with the people inside the organization. Share with the people only. Intuitive Data Solutions can access the link, or existing ones. So existing people who already have the access. Okay. Or the people you choose. I can choose only particular people to access. Let's say only 2 members I need to give the access. So I will create a group or will name them or will send the email to the person. So I can give them the edit access, view, but cannot download. There are 3 different options. Okay. So I'm giving the view access. So I can set the expiry date. Let's say till tomorrow they can view the data. Okay. Or let's say till 1 week. I'm giving 1 week option for them to view the data, to view the files. Okay. Only inside the Intuitive Data Solutions can view the files till next week. Okay. I can name the group, email, or anyone here and send a message that I am sharing this file with you while the settings are here. You can set who can view, who can edit, and who can manage it. And you can set the expiry date also. Here is what we have discussed now. Okay, we can set the expiry date wherever possible, passwords, and the link sharing by with a specific people or anyone with the link. Clear? Coming to the next slide, complaints. What do you mean by complaints? So till now we have understood cloud data is protected technically. Okay, fine. We are protecting the data. So many people think that the security and complaints are same. Do you think they are same? No, right? They are actually different. Security is nothing but a technical measure like encrypting, firewall, multi-factor authentication, backups, etc. Right? Complaints, on the other hand, means ensuring the organization is following the laws, regulations, standards, and policy that apply to that industry. Okay, this is an IT industry. We need to, for example, we are handling healthcare data. For healthcare data, what are the complaints we need to follow? What are the privacy policies, laws we need to follow? Standards we need to follow. Okay. This is proving that your organization is following accepted security practices. So, organizations don't implement complaints just as it's mandatory. They also need to follow, they need to build the trust with the customers or the students. Let's say you're storing thousands of students' data, right? In your cloud. So what student will think? Student is trusting you that the student information with your college will remain confidential. Why? Because complaints framework will help you ensure that the organization meet this responsibility. Okay. So the student is trusting your college or the customer is trusting the organization because of this complaints. They need to follow or implement these complaints policies or regulatory rules. So what are these? Protect the privacy of individual whose data you are holding. We need to protect the privacy of them. Meet the legal and regulatory requirements. Build and maintain customer trust. Avoid financial and legal penalties. Okay. So every data which you are storing in cloud should be complaint. Okay. So another important benefit of complaints is that consistency. You should create consistency instead of every time you are deciding your own practices, you can follow few security standards. We will discuss those security standards here. Okay. So we have the major complaint standards here. ISO 27001. This is about information security management. What is this? In ISO means International Organization for Standardization, right? For information security management systems, commonly called as ISMS, will manage the information security management here. Okay. The ISO 27017 is cloud specific security controls. So it provides guidance for the organization using cloud. Now every organization is using cloud services, right? So this standard is used for the organization which are posted on cloud. Next one is 27018. What does this mean? Protection of personally identifiable information in cloud. And next one is SOC 2. SOC is commonly used by the technology. SaaS companies will be using it. Software as a service. So how organization protect customer data based on the trust service criteria, that is called trust service criteria, such as security, availability, confidentiality, integrity, and privacy. Next one is GDPR. This is European Data Protection Regulation. What does this mean? Individuals have control over their personal data and applies to the organization processing the data. So I'm the individual, I should have control over my data. Okay, this is called General Data Protection Regulation. The next one is HIPAA. This is a healthcare. Every healthcare organization or organization which are handling healthcare data, this standard will be applied to them. They need to protect their healthcare information of the patient. PCI DSS means any organization using payment card security, like credit card payments or debit card payments, PayU, all these things, for these standards should be maintained by them. The last one is the DPDP Act, Digital Personal Data Protection Act. This law is which we are having it in India. So what this law is doing? This law establishes rules for collecting and processing, storing the protection of digital personal data. Personal data which is stored digitally. Okay. Any doubts? Okay, we'll continue with the next slide. So, okay, everywhere we are securing the data. Okay, we are protecting it. Okay. Next, the organizations will classify the data based on their sensitivity. Okay, that means data classification. The first category is public data. What do you mean by public data? The data that can be freely shared without causing any harm to the organization. Okay, let's say like public brochures or public notices, catalog, published research papers, already published ones, can be shared public. This is a public, this comes under public category. The next one is the internal information or the internal data. This data is intended only for the employees inside the organization or for the members inside the university. Like, let's say meetings, Teams meetings, or internal circulars, or departmental processes or procedures that is internal to the company. Okay. The third one is the confidential data. What do you mean by confidential data? If the information that is included here outside, if it is disclosed outside, that will cause harm to the organization, right? Confidential data, if it is leaked, let's say exam paper. Okay. Exam paper, if it is leaked outside before conducting the exam, that is causes harm, right? That is confidential data. The fourth category is restricted data. This is extremely sensitive information, right? So that should not be shared anywhere. That is restricted to only particular person or particular employee. Only limited people will have access to the restricted data. So classification determines cloud storage location, encryption level, sharing controls. Now you understand the sharing controls, right? Where are you sharing the data and whom you are sharing with? A real cloud attack. Let's say one of the common misconceptions of cloud providers are responsible for every security incident. Do you think so? No. We are responsible. Cloud providers as well as customers are also responsible for any attack or breach which had happened, right? Any failure, let's say storage made public, any storage which is made public, let's say it has some sensitive files will be exposed, right? So what happens if the sensitive files are exposed and made public? Indexed by search engines, yes, you can find them online, right? For example, leaking of exam papers or question papers. So what will happen? Data breach. Yes, yes or no? So the file, let's say a question paper, that should be confidential exam paper. That should be shared with only specific people, not everyone or anyone who is having the link, let's say. So nobody will do nothing. Before sharing anything, you need to be aware what you are sharing and whom you are sharing with. Next, here are some cloud security tools. These are the things AWS is offering: IAM, Cloud Trial, God Duty, and Security Hub. Here are Microsoft Entra, Defender for Cloud, and Azure Monitor. Okay. Next, let us understand few GDPR key principles. Okay. So, what do you mean by GDPR? General Data Protection Regulation. This is commonly called as GDPR, which is European Regulation Policy. So it is like extends globally because every organization who is using European data, European citizen data, should follow these GDPR principles. Okay. The first principle is lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. This simply means once you're collecting their personal information of the individual, you should clearly understand why the data is being collected, why you are collecting the data, and how it is used. That is called collect the data only valid and legal basis, only data which is required. Okay. The second one is the purpose limitation. Let's say they are taking your phone number. Okay, they are collecting your phone number. They should collect only your phone number for particular reason. Let's say for sending invoices or brochures or sending you the payment bills. Let's say for that purpose only they should use your phone number, not anywhere else. Okay. Next, the data minimization. So data minimization means they should only organization should collect the data whichever is necessary. Whatever the data is necessary, they should collect it. All the data which is required by the organization or for the application, they need to collect. For example, they are asking your phone number, PAN card, Aadhaar card, right? Why they need those data? For your like just for your identity purpose, they are taking your Aadhaar card, enough, right? If they have any other issues or if they are collecting your debit card, they need to mention why they are collecting your debit card data. Okay. Or your credit card data, they need to mention it clearly. And the storage limitation. So are they storing the data? How longer they are storing your data? Once the issue or the requirement is done, they should not store your personal data until and unless it is needed. Okay. You should integrity and confidentiality. Organization must implement security measures like encryption or access controls, backups to protect the personal information collected from the person or the user. Okay, accountability means the organization should be accountable for the data which they are collecting. Not just claiming it, they should have demonstrate complaints which they are doing. Okay. These are the key principles of GDPR. Next, coming to DPDP Act. So India, our country, India introduced this DPDP Act 2023. Okay, DPDP means Digital Personal Data Protection. Okay, why India introduced this Digital Act? So this act applies to the organization which are collecting, processing, or storing the digital personal information. Where you are sharing your personal information, let's say banks, right? You are sharing your data with banks. They have your Aadhaar card, PAN card, everything, right? So let's see what is the data principle. The individual whose personal data is collected. Let's say the individual means the person whose personal data is collected by the organization or college. He is called the data principal. Let's say student, employee, or bank employee. Whatever it is called the data principal. Next one is the data fiduciary. So the organization should decide why and how the personal data is accessed or managed. Okay, let's say institution. Okay, a college, how a student data is being maintained by the institution should be clearly decided. The third one is the processor. What do you mean by data processor? The organization that processes the data on behalf of this data fiduciary. That is called a data processor. Okay. Fourth one is the consent manager. So, what do you mean by consent manager? Consent manager allows individuals to manage, review their own consent. Let's say, for example, I'm the person or I'm the student inside your college. I will be writing a consent form or saying that delete my data. I am withdrawing my consent. Please delete my data or I can change the data. Please alter my data which is given there. Let's say my address got changed. You need to update your records. The person will have the ownership to change, manage their own data. Their consent should be there. Okay. That is called consent management here. So DPDP Act, what are the consent and the obligations? So one of the main aspects of DPDP Act is consent. Okay. Organization cannot simply collect the data, your personal information without informing the individuals. They need to be writing the consent. The consent should be free and specific, and they should inform you clearly why they are collecting your data and where they will be processing, what they will be doing. That means individual means the person should clearly understand what information is being collected by the organization, why it is being collected, and how they are going to process it. Okay. Organization should also provide clear and simple privacy notice should be given to the user or the individual. Okay. So both things should happen. Clear notice should be given, free and specific consent should be given before processing the data, and erased when the purpose ends. Once the purpose has been done, we should erase the data. Okay. Let's say imagine a university is asking students to provide their email address only for admission updates. Okay. Let's say the email is used only for the admission updates only. So the university starts sending the advertisement, let's say, unrelated to the commercial service. Okay, without even having taken the consent. What this is doing? This is violating the law, right? This is violating the principle. Yes or no? The email given by the individual is only for the admission updates, not the commercial services, not the commercial services, not the advertisement, 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 not the commercial services, not the adver or any additional things? Yes or no? So this is violating the principle that personal data should be used only for that purpose only. Collecting personal data should be transparent. Yes or no? Use it only for the stated purpose which you are mentioning there. Okay? We have to respect the independent consent or individual consent. We have to respect the consent given by the individual. Let's compare GDPR and DPDP. Okay? What is the scope? Okay, any organization processing European residence data. Okay, this act is for European residents. This digital data protection regulation is for DPDP Act is for India, not for Europe. Okay, what are the key terms? We have data subject, controller, processor. Here we have data principal, data fiduciary, and processor. What consent they are giving? The consent should be explicit, granular consent is required. We should give a clear notice and it should be free. The specific consent can be given by the individual. Breach reporting, when can the, if any breach happens, how much time do we have to report it? We have within 72 hours, the breach should be reported to the regulator. It is for DPDP Act as soon as possible to the board and the users. What is the penalty for GDPR? It is 20 million euros or 4% of global turnover. For DPDP Act, it is 250 crores for one instance which had happened. Okay. So, breach notification and incident response. So, let's discuss why and what organization should do when a security incident actually occurs. Okay. Let's say, like no organization will guarantee saying breach will not happen or any cyber attack will not happen with our organization, right? So no organization can guarantee it, saying that cyber attack will not happen with our organization. So we need to prevent or respond quickly or effectively before they happen. That is called incident response. Okay. The first step is detecting. The first step is detecting the breach. Let's say organization has observed something unusual. Okay, like employee reporting suspicious activity, like they have received some suspicious email or phishing email, so they will be reporting to the security department or the IT team saying that I have received a phishing email from so and so. So the first step is the detection. Second is the assessment. What the security team will do, they will try to assess the situation. What data is affected? When did he get the email? Or is attack still going on? Or how many users got the same phishing email? Okay. Third one is the containment. Containment is we need to stop the attack spreading, right? Let's say a phishing email occurred to one of the employees. We need to check how many employees have received the same phishing email. Is that suspicious? First, we need to reset the account, which password resetting. So whenever the breach happened, we will try to assess the situation within 72 hours, and we need to notify regulatory, and then the next step is notify the affected users, and we need to document every incident happened, or we need to remediate. Yes. So here are the key takeaways which we had today's session. So the cloud security is the shared responsibility between the provider and the customer. Both have the equal responsibility. Next one is the identity is the first line of defense. And the third one is the least privilege using role-based access control. And the fourth one is enabling MFA, multi-factor authentication for all the cloud accounts, and protecting the data with encryption and proper key management. And compliance is an ongoing process that is not a one-time activity. So continuous monitoring is required. So give me a 5 minutes. I'm going to go. I will show you how Defender will work. This is Microsoft Defender. Okay. So as I told you, the emails or the phishing emails will get tracked within the Microsoft, right? So how what will happen and how it will happen? Email, and let's go and explore. Okay. So here we can see all the emails received inside the domain. Inside the organization, here are the emails received. Okay. What time? What is the timestamp? What is the subject? Who is the person receiving the email? Who is the sender? Okay. Sender domain. Okay. And the delivery location. Original delivery location. Okay, fine. These are all the emails which are received. Let's see phishing. How Microsoft is identifying the phishing emails. And today a phishing email, I think this is a phishing email. Yes, this is detected as phishing. So a email received to one of the employee of IDS, and this is a phishing email. This is the sender address, and this is the sender domain, and this is has been sent to quarantine. Why? Because the threat type is identified as phishing attack. You can see different phishing attacks will happen. So Microsoft will identify the phishing attack. Here you can see the malware attack also. Okay. One of the employee got the malware attack. The email was detected by the Microsoft, and it has been failed. It has not delivered to the quarantine. So all emails will not be coming to your inbox. Some will be quarantined. So this is the chart which is showing you how many emails are blocked without. These are the malware emails which we are receiving. Microsoft detects them. Who is getting the email? We can track it here. And who is the sender address? And what is the domain? And what is the type of the threat? And one more thing, we can write the policies. Okay, here we have the threat policies and the alert policy. We can write the threat policy like anti-phishing
Yeah.
policy.
So Deepika ma'am is telling that we can have this demo tomorrow because the time is up in the chat.
Okay,
Okay, so you can completely present this demo
okay,
again from the starting so that they'll be fresh and understand the Defender well.
sure, definitely. Okay, I'll wind up the today's session and we'll continue tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry for the
Thank you so
interruption. You can
much.
continue tomorrow, ma'am. So,
Sure,
you,
definitely, no issues.
yeah, I extend my sincere gratitude to our esteemed resource person for the today's session, Amit Chandra sir and Deepika ma'am, for delivering such an insightful and engaging session. I also thank all our participants for joining today's session and for your active participation. We look forward to your presence in the next session. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Deepika ma'am. Sorry for the interruption. Tomorrow you can continue on this.
No issues. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.